Go. Welcome back to Friday Buzzdown, episode 3, and it's not going too badly actually.
Could be worse.
We've come in with, well, I say a bit of a plan. It's
never a plan.
It's a bit more of a plan. We just finalised some bits, and we've got a couple of new segments to show you as well.
What have you been doing?
Oh, actually, hold on. Thinking back to last episode. Wait a minute.
Oh, the questions
that we asked. So, you're asking me first. Well, it was Mum's birthday on Wednesday. We had a great time. As I said, we had a great time. I got her a new phone, which she really liked as well. Which, to be fair, I ended up spending the entire day setting it up.
I imagined that, yeah.
That's usually the way it goes. And then I went to see my brother's production at his school. He did Lion King. That was very good.
What did he play? Bit of Gross.
He played Timon, and he was very good at Timon.
I don't know I've never seen Lion King.
Oh, you've never seen it? Oh, let me see if I can see Timon. Where's Timon? He's a meerkat anyway.
That little one there on the stone, one of them.
He looks the same as one of them, yeah. He's a little meerkat.
Right.
Anyway, and you fishing. Let's have an update on the old fishing, shall we?
I mean, I can put some photos up. Do you want to put some photos up if I send them over? Do you want to put them on there? Or?
I don't know if I can put them in the podcast, but I'll
We're
post
too
them,
lazy.
I'll post them to Instagram and Threads.
Yeah.
I'll post them alongside it, and we'll show you some pictures of the stuff that he caught, because I was really intrigued, because I genuinely thought you were going to go there, you weren't going to catch shit, and then you messaged me and you messaged me a picture of fish. I was like, oh my god, he's actually caught something.
No, do you know what the thing is? It's so I went there, and it's quite peaceful, but sometimes it's a bit weird. If you're with other people, like, it can be a bit, not awkward, but it's like, you feel like you have to talk.
Yeah.
Which is not a problem talking, but obviously...
But then you said you can't talk.
You can't, really. Well, the bailiff came around when we went last time. It was horrible. I got someone ruining my line. I casted twice, lost both of my weights, the line completely snapped.
Yeah.
I just gave up in the end.
Yeah, but you had it was good though. At least
I'm gonna go Saturday, so hopefully I'll get some more, because I'm gonna go the whole day.
I know. Hold on a minute. I'm just watching the levels. We're just peeking a bit. Sorry if we sound like we're fucking chanting. I'm just looking at them.
Sorry.
That was good. I was really intrigued, and it's good because obviously you've spent all that money, and at least you got something back from it. Oh yeah, dog's looking out the window. Yeah. Right, okay, so we're going to start.
For you before first.
Yeah, go on.
So, the hype is now over, but we do have the strawberry watermelon can. So I've had the bottle one before. I think you tried the blue one.
What flavour is it?
Strawberry watermelon.
Ooh, I've had a little bit. I don't know if I've had a bit or if I just smelt it from the can.
You had a bit of the blue one, the bottle I had.
Ching ching, let's have a
this
pour.
Is the first time I've had the can one. It's supposed to be fizzy. Should we do a bit of ASMR?
Ooh. It's the can, hold on. Oh my god. What's this smell? I'm assuming it
smells like KA. It smells like fruit punch KA at first.
Yeah, it does. Oh my god, you don't even know the amount of caffeine in this thing.
There is 140 milligrams.
140 milligrams, that'll keep you awake. Ooh.
Just do a little bit first.
Do you know what? I'll be honest, I was expecting it to be more pink.
They're all like clear.
Yeah, I was expecting it to be pink. Right, ready?
Yep. Cheers.
Chin chin. It's very strong.
Tastes like shit.
Aftertaste, I don't know what the hype is.
I understand the brand, but it tastes like any other energy drink.
It's very strong. You can tell it's strong, but I wouldn't. There's nothing really says. Oh my god!
Is that in the camera as well? Fucking
I think
dog.
It was. You need to be quiet. Yeah. So, no. I mean, we're recording now. We can't stop. So if she's going to do this noise, she's going to do this.
Kick her out.
Just going to have to live with it. If I kick her out, she's going to bark. So
no, just take her out. Halfway through the podcast. Go on,
right.
keep talking.
Where are we at? I don't even know where we're at now. I don't know where we're at. He's dealing with the dog. We're just gonna let her out in the garden just so she doesn't ruin any more of the podcast with her insatiable whining. Oh yeah, tell me about it. Right, so we're going to start off with a new segment that we've implemented. This is breaking news, and it'll basically just be a bit of a filler to the introduction about what's happened during the week. So I've got a new ticker for breaking news. Here we go, and it scrolls along the bottom of the screen as well. So I quite like that. It's good. Let's talk about Mr. Edwards, shall we?
Yeah.
He seems to be
boy.
He's a naughty boy. He seems to be the head of the news this week. I'm just looking on here. So if you don't know who Hugh Edwards is, which you should do, he's basically a BBC presenter for BBC News. He's like a family household name. And he has been found doing some very naughty things.
He was the one that did announce the Queen's death.
Yes.
And 9/11.
I think he did a bit of 9/11, and I also think he did COVID as well. So he's been on some massive stories on the BBC, and he basically, I don't really know how nicely to put it, but there's some
paid for the noodles.
Yes. Basically, it's just a whole story where it's come out. He was paying a teenager for explicit content in the sum of £35,000 over the course of a year, which I still don't understand.
I'll do it for 7, to be fair.
If it was coming from you.
Yeah.
And he was paying, obviously, that amount of money, and it's all come out. It was really hush-hush at first. Nobody knew who it was. Nobody even considered that it was going to be Hugh, because you wouldn't necessarily look at him straight away and think, oh, he's capable of that.
Yeah.
Anyway, the images came out online, and turns out his wife...
Have you seen the images?
I've seen, like, ones that have been drawn over. It's his
I'll
bum.
have to show... Yeah. No, it's more.
I haven't seen the other ones.
Lewis got it up, I think.
I don't know.
I'll show you it later.
We'll have a look. Anyway, so that's all been published online, and it's just a fucking shit show. And you know what? The BBC. The thing is, the BBC have got the power here. Think, when everything happened with Phil, ITV
called the mental health card, yeah.
Well, yeah, ITV. They found it difficult to cover it up. Phil lost it, but. The BBC are going to make a cover-up of this anyway, and he'll be back on it because the BBC can do that. I don't know the full story. It's difficult in a way, it's kind of difficult to establish what the full story is really. But I think, sort of looking into it, and the fact that his wife had actually come out with this herself, like she'd actually published it.
Yeah.
His wife knew.
Yeah. Well... But then what about the whole Philip Schofield thing?
Didn't
his wife really know? Do you think?
I think she must have done. I mean, how long can you be with someone that's gay, allegedly gay, and then not know that they were gay?
He must have been filling her up on the same time, though.
I don't even want to fucking think about Phil's antics, to be fair. Yeah, so that's been basically the news this week. If you've seen it, you've seen it.
Actually.
Which
I wanted to mention. I need to find the name of the film that's been going around. It's called Sound of Freedom. Have you heard anything about it?
No, I haven't. What?
Basically, it's a film about all the child
traffickers.
Traffickers,
right.
Yeah.
We talk about great things on this podcast.
But it's not in the UK at the moment, and they've been trying to publish this film for years. So they contacted Netflix and said, look, this is our film, this is what we want to basically put on Netflix. They said it's not really our type of thing. On the contrary, Netflix have this series called I don't know what it's called, but it's like, it sounds really disgusting, but it doesn't seem that harmful when you scroll across it, but when you actually think about it, it's like female kids like doing all these dancings in like skirts and stuff like that.
It's right? Yeah, it's yeah.
It's like a child's thing, but it's like really weird.
Yeah.
They asked Amazon. Amazon didn't want anything to do with it. Blah blah blah. So it's out in Australia and America, some parts of America. But every video I've seen on TikTok of people going to the theatre, there's always problems. So they'll say, "Oh, because now you know how it's not like on film reels anymore. Like in the cinema, it's like they download the film basically."
It's not on film anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they said, "Oh, the file's been corrupt. You can all offer you a free ticket to another film and stuff like that." So they feel like the government's trying to.
The government are trying to stop it. Yeah, no, 100%. I can see that happening in Australia. To be fair, as well,
and
like the censorship of it.
And they was doing like what else? Apparently, they was messing about with the AC to make it really hot and uncomfortable, in hopes that people would leave. Just silly stuff like that.
Yeah, that's.
Do you like that?
Just
Is it worth $2.50? Well,
don't know really.
They're £3 each in Sports Direct.
It's
the caffeine. That's the problem.
I think so. Anyway, enough talk about Hugh. Moving swiftly on, everybody, to the top 10, which David has lovingly prepared for me this week. I don't know what it is, so we're going to go into it completely blind. What is our top 10 this week?
The top 10 today is top 10 most popular football clubs.
Oh, God.
So,
do I get help?
I've only got the top 10.
You've only got the top 10?
Yeah.
So we've got to start from 10 on a random football club.
This shouldn't have been... Do you know what? I'll let you... Because I feel like it's a bit unfair with this. So what I'm going to do for this one is... I'm going to tell you what league they play in.
Yeah.
I'll let you Google it, and you pick a team.
I've got to Google it. Okay.
Yeah, but you can't Google what's the most popular.
No, I'll get my laptop ready.
Okay, so number 10
go on.
is in the Bundesliga.
In the what?
Bundesliga. German league.
How do I spell it? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I got it. What can I Google, though? Because if I Google it, I'm...
Bundesliga league table. Actually, no, that's a bit...
I was going to give it away, because then it'll be like... Oh, no, because it's top 10 of all time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Top 10 football teams.
Yeah.
So therefore,
like most popular fan bases, basically.
Okay. I'm going to have to Google this because I haven't got a clue. I'm going to say... Let's have a look at random. Let's say Dortmund. I'm going to say Dortmund.
Okay.
So what's that, number 10 then?
Yeah. Right, can you get your notes on the...
Yeah, I'm going to put Dortmund. Okay, fair enough, right? Okay, Dortmund. Go on then.
Number 9 is in the French league.
In the French league. Let me have a look. I'm going to say RC Lens.
Who?
RC Lens. I'm assuming it's pronounced Lens, not Lens. It's RC French. Lens. But yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm going to say RC Lens. Okay, so that's number 9. So RC Lens. Go on then, number 8.
Number 8 Spanish league.
Ooh.
Try and have a guess, though. Try and have an educated guess.
I can't think of a Spanish.
You can't think of a Spanish football team.
Genuinely not. Honestly.
Any city? Think of cities as well, like cities of.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Madrid.
Which one? We've got
Real
Madrid.
Yeah.
That's for number 8. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Number 7 is in the English. Is in the Premier League. So obviously not in the top 5 at the moment of the most popular teams, but 7th.
They're in the English Premier League.
Yeah.
I should know teams in the English Premier League, but
I guess for 7th. I'll give you a clue. 7th, 6th, 5th, and 4th are all in the Premier League.
Man U.
For 7th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. Does that hit you in the feels a bit?
I don't care. You don't watch football, so your opinion is invalid, unfortunately.
Fair enough.
Everyone's opinion is
number
valid.
6?
English.
In the English Football League. Liverpool.
Okay.
Actually, I want to change that. Fulham.
No, you're joking.
No, I'm going to change it. Fulham.
You think Fulham are the 6th most popular team in the world?
Yeah. I'll change to Fulham. Because I feel like, although they're completely portrayed as not being popular, which I get through all the football ads, football talk and stuff, It might not actually be true, so I'm going to defy that. I'm going to go Fulham.
Fuck yeah.
I don't mind.
Fulham fans are loving you at the moment then.
Yeah, up
All right. Fifth. Fifth is English.
Let's go for Man City.
All right, and fourth, English.
They're all English now. Fourth, okay. Chelsea.
For number 4, yeah?
Yeah.
And third is Italian league.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to have to do a bit Googling here on the old Italiano league. Italian league. Let's have a look.
Serie A.
What one looks good? I'll just base it off the logo. I'm going to go with SSC Napoli.
Who? Napoli.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2 is Spanish league.
Or Spanish league again. Let's have a look.
And it also says, well, I don't know how accurate it is, but it says number of fans around the world.
I don't know.
So
I'm just going to go with Barcelona. That's a safe, seems like a safe bet for me.
what for number 2?
Yeah.
All right, and number 1 is an English football team.
Oh, England.
No.
But I'm not allowed to go for that.
No.
It's a football team, isn't it?
Football club. That's a national team. A football club.
Okay. You're talking to someone that doesn't have a clue. I don't know. I'm going to say something really stupid. No, I'm just going to go with Man United, actually, to be fair.
But didn't you have Man United?
No, Man City was 5th. I'm going to go with Man United because I just don't know. But okay, fair enough. Let's go back to number 10, shall we?
Yep.
Okay.
So
let's see how many of these I royally fucked up.
Right, so number 10, you put...
I put Dortmund.
Which it was, which I mean, a majority of people agree with me would be the second best team in there, but it's not. It's Bayern Munich.
Okay.
With, do you want to guess how many fans they have around the world?
Oh, I don't know.
I'll tell you the 10th,
15,
and then you can base
15 million?
It's 3.6 million.
Okay. I don't even know the ratio, but number 9, I put RC Lens.
It's Paris Saint-Germain.
I saw that on there.
How many fans? So that had 3.6.
I'm going to say 6.2.
35
million. See what I mean?
It's not accurate, obviously, but...
It's completely off the... Okay. Number 8, I put Real Madrid.
It's Barcelona. How many fans?
Oh. 60.
57.8.
Not too bad. I knew there was going to be a lot more. For 7, I put... Oh, did I already put... I must have already put Man United.
Yeah, I told you did.
Okay, well, for 7, I put Man United.
Okay, it was Manchester City.
You can't write this. Okay, fair enough.
How many fans?
For Manchester City, 52.
86.9.
Fair enough.
Number 6, you got it right.
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't get it right, but you changed your answer.
Oh,
you
what did I put
Fulham.
What did I put initially?
Liverpool.
No way. And I changed it as well. Oh, shit. Liverpool, I'm going to say the same, 80 as the previous one.
It's 103.1 million. Number 5.
Millions. I put Man City.
It was Arsenal.
Fair enough.
113 million. Oh, yeah. Didn't mean to tell you.
Number 4, I put Chelsea.
You're correct.
No, really? I'm going to say, in regards to the fans, I'm going to say knocking on 200, I should think.
135 million.
A lot higher. 3, I put Napoli.
It was Juventus.
Okay.
How many fans?
25.
How can it be 25 if Chelsea was 135? It was obviously going upwards.
Oh, I don't know. No idea.
440.
Fucking hell.
Number 2?
Put Barcelona, which is
Real
wrong.
Madrid. If you would have swapped them around, you would have got it right.
Around. In that case, I'm going to put 600 then, 600 million.
450.
That's too high. And then for the top one, I also put Man United again, which was wrong, but there's no point in going back. But what was it?
Man United.
No, it wasn't. What again? How can it be?
No,
it was Man.
City. Yeah, but you changed your answer.
Okay, fair enough. And I'm sure Man U have got loads. You all know how many they
1.1 billion.
1.1 billion
fans, apparently. I mean, it's this order is very disagreeable to an extent. I don't know if I'd put Man United first, maybe second, and Barcelona first, because I think everyone knows Barcelona. But it's each to their own, I suppose.
Well, we are going to move swiftly on, I think, to another new segment. And actually, to be fair, not a great deal of thought has gone into this one, but this one is the halfway point. Now, we've actually changed Reddit Chronicles for this. We couldn't find a lot of great Reddit topics to chat about, really. I'm sure there is some, but researching them, we couldn't find a lot. So we decided to change it to halfway point, and in this segment, we're just going to play a random game. So we thought today we would play 20 questions. I know the podcast has gone along out a bit, but we'll just play each and we'll think of something. So it's classic 20 questions. We start off with, is it a mammal, a mineral, a solid, a liquid, or whatever, like a baseline.
And you basically got to guess it under 20 questions.
We'll just ask 20 questions. The 20 questions are yes or no, and then when we get to the end of the 20 questions, which we should probably count because we'll lose count. When we get to the end of the 20 questions, we then have to try and fathom out what the answer is.
It doesn't necessarily have to be yes or no.
Can you
use it? Is it an like?
Yeah.
I've got one already.
So let's see.
Wait, how are you doing it?
Right. Okay. So you've got one already. So I'm going to ask you. What is it? Mineral, solid.
It's an object.
An object. Okay. Can you pick it up?
Yes.
Good. Is it consumable?
No.
No, right. So it's not consumable. Pick it up. Does it come in different shapes and sizes?
Different shapes, no. Different sizes, yes.
Okay, so it comes in different sizes, not different shapes. So the shape remains the same.
Well, obviously you can't make exactly all of them the exact same, but yeah.
Are they manufactured on a large scale?
Heavily, yeah.
Okay.
It depends, obviously.
Is the item fishing related?
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting somewhere. Does it make a noise?
When in use, yes.
Okay. Is it long?
Yeah.
Right. On the back of that question, do they also come short?
Yes.
Can you put a reel on it?
Yeah.
Is it a fishing rod?
Yeah.
Hey, I got that in 10 questions, so you got 10 to beat.
Oh.
Right, okay.
That's quite predictable from me, to be fair.
Well, just as why I said, is it fishing related?
And I don't want you to come up now with a fucking 797 Boeing fucking aeroplane.
No, I'll come up with something. Okay. All right, I've got it. It is
a fish tank.
Wait a minute. Okay, it is an. I'll give you. It is an electrical item.
Is it a computer?
Is that you're gonna do that as your first question?
Yeah.
No.
Can I? Is it in this room?
Mm-hmm.
Can you call people on it?
No.
Can you use it to see things?
Yeah, I would say so.
Can it come in different colours?
Yeah. They can come in different colours.
Is the main primary colour of it white?
Not necessarily. They don't have to be white. They could be any colour.
Is it a lampshade?
It's not a lampshade.
Is it a light bulb?
It's not a light bulb.
Can I eat it?
No.
Wait, no, it's electrical.
You're going off track. I won't count that one.
How many question on?
8.
And you're saying it's electrical. Is it being used right now?
A form of one is, but not necessarily the main one.
Is it a mix amp?
No.
Fucking hell.
So a form of one is currently being used right now, which is a little bit unconventional.
Is it a computer?
No. No, right. So, okay, right. Let's go back a bit because she was kind of on the right track, but not completely. Right. So, a form of one is being used now. It's a little bit unconventional. It's not the way that you would picture it, but it technically is one. The main one that I have probably isn't being used.
So it's you that owns it?
Yeah, I own it, and I use it very frequently as well.
Electrical.
It's an electrical item. I'll give you another clue. It plugs in.
Is it a charger?
No.
It plugs in. You're not even supposed to be giving me hints.
You was on the right track a while ago, to be fair.
Is it something light related?
Yes.
An LED light?
I'm not gonna add that one either. You're going off track. That's all I'm gonna say. It's really basic. The answer's basic. You just haven't given it in the basic form.
Is it a light?
I'll give you it, yeah.
I said light ages ago.
No. You said, is it a lampshade? And
I said light bulb.
And a light bulb. It's not a light bulb. It's
what
a lamp.
Is it then?
It's a lamp.
I said lamp.
Bullshit.
You said
lampshade.
I said lamp.
Anyway, you didn't. It was 12. To be fair, you got it in 12, so that's fine. Okay, we'll do better ones next week if we do this again, because I know that was a bit.
Do you want to do one more each?
What's timestamp on the thing?
I haven't got my glasses.
Oh, hold on. I'll check the timestamp.
Stamp check time. Stamp check time.
It is. Oh well, God, we've got plenty of time.
We're on like 25
We're only on
minutes.
26 minutes, so that's not too bad. We could do another one, or we could do another game, or we could do control out, listen, and come back.
It's up to you. What do the
Let's do
viewers
because
want?
you're doing a bit of hosting on Control Out Listen this week, so he's gonna do the intro for Control Out Listen. Ready? Here we go.
Wait, no. What was my topic? I completely forgot
We've
about
done
it.
it now.
What was my topic?
Microsoft COD.
Oh yeah. So basically, Microsoft put in a bid to Call of Duty, Activision, all of that, to own the rights of Call of Duty, kind of similar to what they did with Minecraft. Right. So
I did know they were going to do that. I knew that Microsoft were going to put in a bid to own it, but I just didn't think they'd managed to acquire it.
They declined it and said no.
Right.
So because everyone was hyped up thinking, because you can get the Xbox Game Pass,
yeah.
So you buy a subscription, all of the old COD games were going to be on there. Microsoft were like, Microsoft got denied it, so now Microsoft have gone on all the COD games, and you can go on any old COD game, even on the Xbox 360. You can find lobbies, but they fixed all the matchmaking to say like a fuck you, like we know what we're doing.
Yeah,
basically.
we know what we're doing. We're going to do. That sounds quite good actually. Especially for all of the classic players as well. I can see that being quite good. It's interesting.
But the thing is, it was when it used to come to DLC as well. So it used to be before, if you own an Xbox, you get the DLC a month before PlayStation because of the rights they had. And then it went onto the PS4, and then it was the PS4 that got the DLC. Nowadays, I don't play COD too much, but it's more microtransactions. You don't buy DLC maps anymore.
It's pay to win.
Basically,
they all are pay to win. They really are. You don't have to pay to win, but you're not going to get very far on it if you don't. That's kind of what their aim is to do. Yeah. The one thing I wanted to chat about as well, which I've seen more, and I suppose it goes back onto the AI, which we've been talking about in previous ones. Have you seen all of the AI song covers on TikTok?
Yes.
I honestly have never... Literally, last night I was scrolling through and I heard an AI cover of Freddie Mercury singing Celine Dion's My Heart Will Go On. And I swear to God, it gave me goosebumps.
Really?
It was actually spot on. What's really scary about that is that people can steal people's music and do a cover without them having to do the cover. So somebody could use that against them and say, well, they did a cover, but they didn't ask for permission. So they stole the rights to a song. It could fucking throw up lawsuits everywhere, left, right, and centre. And I know at the moment I know it works well for music. I know it doesn't work so much for speaking and vocals because there's more of a up and down when tone wise when you speak. I know it doesn't work as well, but when they perfect it, and I can't wait for them to perfect it because I want to include it in the podcast at some point. So when they do, I want to include deep fakes and everything when we can do that, which would be interesting. When it becomes more like widely spread for everybody to use rather than just people that have got massive powerful computers and lots of money. When they do that, and I think I said this in the other podcast, but it's going to come to a stage where we're not going to be able to tell what's real and what's fake. Even in games over to Unreal 5 engine. Have you seen some of the Unreal 5?
Well, I showed you the Matrix game that was on PS5. It's ridiculous. Which comes into topic with what's I can't remember his name. The BBC One presenter's come off. What's his name?
Q.
Right. When stuff like that, let's give it 10, 15 years from now, when AI's gotten even better, and God knows where it's going to be in 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
Something like that happens. How do you dictate and say he did that, or no, AI did it and someone set me up?
Yeah, that's the problem. How can you defend that? Are we going to have to come up with... Do you know when you watch Coronation Street and there's a little PP, which means product placement?
Is that what it meant? I thought it just meant the ad break was coming. No,
it just means product placement. Like, this program will contain product placements like Argos, Costa, whatever.
Yeah.
They're going to have to put, like, AI. Yeah. This program contains AI. So you know that it might not be real.
How would you track it back? If someone... Say if we didn't know each other and you was a celebrity and I did an AI of you making you dance naked and it was to a T.
I think that
you wanted to sue me. How do you prove it's me?
You'd have to be able to find the source footage. Because there has to still be source footage of me dancing if you're going to do that, or you've got to use my face. So you've got to find that source face. Where did that face initially come from? But then if AI can generate it, it's going to make it almost nigh impossible. Can you stop whining, please? Because we are trying to do a podcast. Thank you.
Fucking dog.
Oh, seriously, she's ruined this podcast. She was fine in the other 2 podcasts, and this one, she has ruined it. A typical dog. Sit on your chair. Oh no, you can't. There's a Hoover on it.
Move the fucking Hoover for her then.
Yeah, that's probably what she's moaning at. Hold on. I'll move the Hoover.
Oh, shit, go.
Ouch, shit. Where was we?
AI.
Yeah, no, it is going to get to a stage where we're not going to tell the difference. And now, when they take AI and they put that into games, and you pair AI with the Unreal 5 engine, you've now got a self-generated... Oh, she's going to bark now. This is not good.
Just take her out.
Bear with me, everyone. Wow, what a shambles it is this week.
I know.
Well, we wanted it to be more real, and this week you don't get much more real.
Yeah.
It's going to get to the stage where you've got Unreal 5.
How do you know it's a dog? Could be AI.
Oh, that's true. It's going to get to the stage where you're going to have Unreal 5 and AI, merge them together, and then you're going to have characters in games that not only look real, but then can also think for themselves as well.
It's scary.
And also learn from what you're saying. So games, you're going to start playing games and they're going to be different every time. Every time you play the game. You play through a game level, and then you play it again, it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
But for the first time, it's going to be level 1, but it will be random. Not just random where, the voice actors recorded 7 different alternate lines. Infinite alternate lines.
Yeah.
So every single person's gameplay is going to be completely different from start to finish. Maybe even have a different outcome every time. That changes the whole base for games.
But would you like that? Because then it defeats the whole... You can't have playthroughs and...
Well, yes, but then I think it will work for some games better than it would work for others.
Like...
Something like Undertale, for example. Where FIFA, yeah.
It would probably work best on
better because then you've got different outcomes. Something like Undertale, where there's already 7 or 8 different outcomes, or however many there is, I don't know. And then you're now incorporating multiple outcomes. So like Asgore's got so many, and so there's all different outcomes. That would work quite well with a game like that because it's constantly developing. Minecraft being a top one, obviously we've already got random world generation for Minecraft, but why don't we use AI to generate landscapes which are realistic?
Yeah.
Huge big waterfalls and caves, because AI knows what should be there. How can we implement AI into games that we already have? That's interesting to find out.
Well, when Minecraft originally came out, I mean, it is a very simple concept of just generating a world, but it's a start of what, realistically, it's a start of what's happening now. The whole AI situation, as in...
It's true, yeah. I mean, seed generation, random world generation is true.
It's not something you think about but when you do think about it, it's like, it seems quite advanced. When was Minecraft released?
2009. I had it in beta. I got it for free. Yeah.
The fact that you can just spawn a random world.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was really. I couldn't believe it when it first came out. It was amazing, really. And I think that AI is going to change the face of games, and especially as computers progress and consoles get better. I mean, sky's the limit, realistically. I mean, AI makes the PS5 look old. It just does. But when the PlayStation 6 comes out and 7, you're going to see such a massive advancement in the way that games are made. I think it's going to be something where you're going to play, because I've looked through some of the Unreal 5 footage. Now, don't get me wrong, it's pre-rendered. I don't think all of it was rendered on the fly, but it doesn't matter. Either way you look at it, when you watch it, some of it's indistinguishable. For example, at night, you can kind of tell it's fake, but as soon as they hit all of the daylight to it, there was one of a train station. I swear to God, it could have just been filmed on a camera and I wouldn't have been able to tell the difference. If you can put that into a game, it would be like playing in real life. Imagine that on GTA 8. How they would like make it look. It would just be like complete real life. The characters would be real. If you've seen on TikTok where they've like got all the characters from San Andreas and then used AI to make them look realistic.
Yeah.
And I think imagine that in a game.
It's just... I don't,
people were sat in the same...
It scares me.
People were sat here in the same spot the years that we were born thinking, oh my God, have you seen Crash Bandicoot? Look at the graphics on Crash Bandicoot. It's like realistic, you know? And now you take a look at the graphics.
Then how do you know we're not in a simulation? Because this is the highest graphic we can see is from the human eye, really, isn't it? So how do you know we're not in a simulation?
Yeah, but you're going into...
Well, it's true. What if we die and then you come out and you take your headphones off, you're like, oh, how was that? That was what life was like 2,000 years ago. Because what if we are like billions of years into the future and we're doing a VR of what it was like in the 2000s? And then we're like, and we're looking like
God
experiencing it. How do you know we haven't just gone out for the day in our past life? In the future, we've just gone for a day out in the VR center and we've come and experienced life in the 2020s.
That's a long day, isn't it? Thing is, that would be a long day
because your life flashes before your eyes. They say you have like a 1 minute 30 seconds of like all your life flashing
before you die,
and that's why people say you get deja vu.
I think. Well, I mean, in realistic. I mean, I'm a skeptic anyway, so I don't particularly believe in that. I think on the service I do. Switch your turn your mic a bit. On the service I do. I think, but. Because it's like when people die, you want to believe that they go to. I don't know where we're going with this. Hold on, let's go back to halfway point. I don't really know where we're going with this. But I think, you're right. I get what you mean. I don't know. Maybe we are in a simulation. I don't know. I'm a skeptic, so obviously I'm going to say science says we're not.
Have you heard of
who knows?
Duke Dumont? I've got you as long as I got you.
Yeah.
Seen the music video to it?
I think
where it's the guy buys a VR headset. And the whole music video is a simulation of him on the beach, enjoying life and stuff like that. And then something happens to him, and he takes his headset off, and he was like, "Well, how was that?" That's what I think our life is, and that's why we have deja vu. Because what if we've retried this level so many times, for example? This is actually another theory. What if you respawn?
Mm-hmm.
So when you die, obviously. You're not going to be smiling. Well, it depends on your situation. But when you're born, you come out crying. So what if you died and you come out when you're crying because you're now into a new life? You're regenerating into a new life, right? That's why you have birthmarks. Birthmarks is where you died in your past life. So you do things ever so slightly different. So it won't be exactly the same. But
you're saying you may go into the pub. You just loop on and on and on and on.
And then you may go into the pub, but you've done that in your past life. You know, hang on, I've done this before. I can't remember when. I feel like I've done this before.
Yeah, but then it's odd because when I have
who made deja vu? Like, what is it? It's so weird.
it's odd. I mean, scientifically, it would be explained as a situation that was somewhat similar to another situation. I think that's how they would explain it.
Yeah, but you've never done it before.
But then riddle me this question, yeah? And many years ago, we went away to Chelsea, right? And I've never been there before, right? And I was a kid. And when we went away, we went out for the day and we went to like a high street. And imagine like this high street is basically on like a L shape. So we're down here and then you kind of go up here and you go round, yeah? So I was down here and I said to Mum, can we go to Morrison's? And she went, oh, that's a bit weird. I don't know if there's a Morrison's here. I said, yeah. I said, it's up there around that corner on the left. And she said, well, how do you know that? There's no Morrison's here. I went, yeah, there is. You can ask her this story. And she'll tell you a similar story as well that she told. So obviously, we've now gone up here, walked around there, and there's a Morrison's on the right up there. Explain it. How do you know? Like, you've never seen it. I've never been there. My mum would confirm that I wasn't there. I don't know.
Do you remember when you first saw it?
No. I just knew. I had like an instinct in my head that there was one there.
That reminds me of...
Listen, I mean, that could just be coincidence, right? There are lots of Morrisons in seaside towns, but the fact that I knew it was going to be round that corner, that's where... I mean, but then I'm a skeptic anyway, so my attitude to that would be maybe I saw something on television that was based like, you know, like antiques, whatever, or that was based there, or what if I'd heard Grandad talking about it because he's been there. So there could be different factors that go into it.
You could have been asleep and heard it and it'd been in your self-conscious.
I mean, I've got another story which I think I've told you many years ago. So you know Lorna. Well, you know of Lorna, right? Oh, she won't mind me. She won't watch this. So many years ago, me and her daughter, and obviously Mum and Lorna, went to Hampton Court Palace. And obviously went for a day out. Now, I don't remember this. I was too young. Neither does Chloe. She don't remember this. And Chloe went into the toilets. And when she was in the toilets, the floor was soaking wet. Now, when I say soaking wet, I don't just mean wet where the sinks are. It was absolutely drenched. Yeah? Difference is, right? What had happened before that is that I had gone in with Mum. We'd gone in, floor completely dry. We come out. Lorna goes in with Chloe, drenched, absolutely drenched, yeah?
Right.
We're talking 30 seconds apart. Look up at the ceiling, know where it could have come from. It's just a drop ceiling. Nothing has leaked in the space of 30 seconds because the toilets were in stalls. No one's flooded any toilets. No one's flooded these things. Where the fuck has half a ton of water come from?
Pipe may have burst.
Possibly, but when they went in there was no water source. It was just on the floor, stationary. There was no water pissing out from anywhere. Where has it come from? It's almost like completely unexplainable. There are situations in your life, I think, that are completely unexplainable.
Have you seen that kid? And he came, obviously, he's only a little kid. He must have been like 6 or 7. And there was a guy that died in a certain place many years ago. And he went to this family. I think it was his family. And he said, look, I lived here before. This is what I did. I remember this.
Yes,
and
they go to that little cottage down the coast. It's creepy. They go to this little cottage down the coast, and he's just a young kid, and he's like, I lived here, and he could recite what was in the house, what was upstairs. How many house staged it is, I don't know, but as a skeptic, I would say it was somewhat staged.
Probably, yeah.
Either way you look at it, it is creepy to think. I don't know. I've never been in a particular situation in my life where I have encountered something that has made me criticize my integrity when it comes to skepticism. I've never been like, oh my God, well, that's completely unexplainable. As a skeptic, you make solutions in your head as to why something happened in the most logical way. Now, sometimes you can't make these solutions, but you just disregard it. But a non-skeptic person, probably yourself, I don't know how skeptic you are, but you're open to believe certain things. A non-skeptic or a partial skeptic would say, well, it could have happened, or maybe this is why it happened, to think more like outside of the box.
But there's a line between skeptic and beliefs. Like a skeptic, whether you believe in ghosts, and then there's beliefs, like, for example, how white butterflies signify like someone that's passed away is coming to say hello and stuff like that. And to
be fair, we say that
it's to believe. I
won't give them too much backstory, but a while ago, a friend of ours took his life, and we, when the whole sort of fiasco was happening, there were 3 white butterflies that landed, and we kind of associated that with him. Which is a nice thing to do. The thing is that's just a personal thing. Like, I associate a Robin with Nan.
Yeah.
Because Nan associated Robins with Vincent, and so it goes on and so forth. So I think that's a nice thing that you like to associate. It doesn't necessarily, on a scientific level, doesn't really mean much, but
it's just
on a personal level, you begin to create associations. It's like a smell. You associate a particular smell with something, or a particular the way something looks with something. You know, I associate these microphone filters, I associate them with the old foam packaging that they used to put in boxes because they smell and look the same. You develop an association with something, but then that's okay because it's a comfort. It comforts you, and it's nice to think about, and you can use it as something to signify that person. So as far as I'm concerned, as long as you're using it as like a comfort, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't that necessarily.
But you were saying about
science says this: no one goes to heaven, no one goes to hell, nothing happens after death. And I know that, you know that, on a scientific level. But do we though? We're going based on science because that's what we're taught. But actually, do we really know what's going to happen to us when we die until we die? Not really. So just wait until you die.
Have you ever wanted to kill yourself? Not, it sounds really fucked. To kill yourself just to know what happens or finds out.
We should use the word unalive.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, not really. Yeah, well,
I don't care. Everyone's done it. Everyone's wanted to.
Curious. I'm not going to beat that out, but we'll use unalive from now on. But we're sorry about that. Yeah, I suppose you could say that I've been somewhat curious, because I mean, there's a curiosity of what would happen after.
I'm not saying wanting to do it,
because obviously I'm not religious in any way, so I don't believe in the Bible, and I don't believe in heaven and hell, so I don't believe that type of afterlife exists. Maybe a type of afterlife does, I don't know. If it does, I hope it's good.
You never know.
Actually, to be fair, I mean, if it's just like day-to-day life, I suppose I can crack on. Then again, though, I mean, if I've died, and I'm going to go.
No,
I'm
you
do it all
just
again.
Like you're sleeping. It's the same. Like you sleep for 8 hours.
It's a little bit like I ask everybody: do you remember the 15th of October, 1972?
Why would I remember that?
You weren't born. So are you going to remember the 15th of October, 3073? No.
Well, I might be alive. Technology could.
Well, I don't want to be alive in 3073. That's too long. God knows what the fucking
world would be. I'd be
curious
curious to see what life's going on then.
I think one thing I have always wanted to do is be frozen. I know at the moment we can't bring them back. They're going to develop the technology in the future to be able to bring people back that are already frozen
people
today.
Are frozen right now.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, lots. But they can't bring them back yet because they haven't invented the technology to defrost these people.
But for them, it would just be like sleeping.
For them, if it's successful, if it's successful, for them, no time will have passed, and that's why I want to do it, because it's a little bit like you fall asleep in 2023, and click of your fingers, you're awake hundreds of thousands of years in the future, and you didn't even know that any time had passed at all. So all these people that are currently frozen now are going to wake up thousands of years in the future and not even realise that it's passed.
I don't understand how it makes sense, right? So let's say, right, so if you're laying down there and you've gone to sleep for the night and you sleep for 8 hours, it's not 8 hours for you. It's like 13 seconds if you don't have a dream. Let's just say randomly, right?
The thing about this is that when you're asleep, you actually do have a body clock. It's a manipulative body clock. Let me explain. If you've ever had a dream, and you're in that dream, and to you that dream seems like it's dragged on for hours and hours and hours, but actually it's only been 13 minutes when you wake up and look at your clock. It's because, yes, you do have a body clock in a dream because your brain is still somewhat conscious, but the body clock is manipulatable. So your brain can look at that body clock and say, well, I'm going to drag this bit out, but I'm going to make this bit shorter. So yes, you do still have an inkling of time when you're asleep. When you are fully unconscious, you then have no inkling of time because your brain is no longer functioning. That part of the brain that keeps time is no longer functioning. Like Lewis was saying to me the other day, when he gets put under with anaesthetic. Have you ever been put under fully with anaesthetic? In theory, for you, no time should have passed at all. From the point where you were put under to anaesthetic to the point that you woke up, there was no time because you were under anaesthetic. You were unconscious.
So what if you get put under anaesthetic for 3 weeks? Technically, you haven't aged 3 weeks.
No, you have aged. Your body will still age, but you won't realise that it's been 3 weeks. People that are in a coma, they don't realise that it's been that long. When people wake up in a coma, to them, there's no time that's passed at all.
Falling asleep.
But yes, they have aged a lot. It's one of them things, like I say, and that's kind of why I'd like to be frozen in the future, because why not? Obviously, I know I'm going to be relatively old. I hope I'm going to be old. I hope that I would be on death's door when I decide to be frozen. But it would be nice to then just wake up 3,000 years in the future, and then just even for a day, just to see what the world is like would be just interesting. I think.
Scary.
I don't know the fucking hell we're going with this. I don't know what's happening. You got any information on football, David?
United played yesterday.
Oh, hold on then. Go on. We'll switch over to Football Fridays. Football Fridays, everybody.
It was just a friendly. United versus Leeds. United won 2-0. Yeah, that was it really. It's just a friendly, just pre-season now, so they're on tour. I don't know where they played yesterday, but I know they're going on tour in America. They're playing Wrexham at one point, which the owner of Wrexham is Ryan Reynolds. You know Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah, I know who he is.
Deadpool guy. Yeah. I'm just waiting for the season to start now.
Yeah.
A couple more weeks.
When the season starts, well, there'll be some more scoops. I think we should try and get some guests on. I think we're probably 3 episodes in, because I do want to do the promotion for the podcast now, so I will be pushing this out. I'd like to get a guest on. I would like to get Freddie on. I think he'd be quite funny.
Yeah.
Harvey, I think I could ask Harvey, because he could go into a bit more depth about his sort of career and the pathway that he took as well. So it'd be nice to get some guests on, get a third person on. Don't know what I'm going to do with the mic yet, because I've only got a 2-channel mixer, but we'll have to rig up maybe a USB mic or something as a third mic. And we'll have them sit here. But yeah, if we get a guest on, and also would be good as well for you to bounce off someone, because I don't know a great deal about football, but Freddie does. So for you to be able to bounce off someone for Football Fridays would also be quite good as well. So
yeah,
I think we'll do that.
I'll tell you what, he's very good with flags. Any flag.
We could do a test on him.
Fun with flags.
There we go. I'll have to make a graphic.
That's a Big Bang Theory reference.
I don't know how far we are in the podcast, but actually, to be fair, it kind of feels like a decent point to stop, to be fair. I think we've covered everything we need to cover in the podcast, really. What's
your question for next week, then?
Oh, I don't know what's going on at the end of this week, to be fair. There's nothing significant.
Ask yourself a question for next week that you're curious.
I don't know what I'm doing at the end of this week.
Don't have to be doing anything.
Yeah, but I don't know what question to ask myself. Am I going to do anything anyway? What am I doing over the weekend? I don't think I'm doing anything over the weekend.
Fucking boring.
Literally, I don't know. I don't know a question to ask myself. No idea. No, I genuinely don't. No, nothing significant. Obviously, at the end of last week, you was going fishing, and it was Mum's birthday, so I had stuff to chat about. Oh, I suppose I'd tell you what we'll do. We are considering going camping at some point, and when we do, it might not be till next episode, but when we do, we'll come back and we'll sort of tell you how it is.
Podcast whilst camping.
We could. That'd be interesting. We might. What we might do is we might pre-record a little bit of something when we're camping, and then I'll pop it into Streamlabs, and we'll play the VT back of what we did when we were camping. So we might do something for the podcast there. Try and broaden it out a little bit as well, and also try and capture a wider audience. And if you are watching, I should probably. Lovely.
Sorry.
If you are watching, and I'll address the camera for this bit, he doesn't like it when I'm too unnatural, but because I'm talking to you, if you are watching, then we appreciate it, but we'd also love if you could share it between people, someone that you think might actually genuinely watch it,
like your nan.
Yeah, if your nan likes
Before she goes down to the Mecca bingo.
Before she goes to the Mecca bingo. In fact, actually, it's a great listen on the car on the way home from Mecca.
I'm sure their fucking car doesn't even have a radio.
Yeah, she might have to record it on tape first. Yeah, no, if you genuinely enjoy it, then that's great. If you've genuinely got any input or any ideas, then, drop us an email and we'll try and incorporate that in the podcast. Bear in mind, it is just a bit of fun. It's nothing too serious. We're not exactly trying to really push it and promote it. The budget's not great, but if you're on the way home from work, and I know a few of my work colleagues listen to it, if you're on the way home from work and you enjoy it, then let us know, because it makes it worth doing.
Or any suggestions of any stuff to do or any improvements. Constructive criticism doesn't go unnoticed, people.
It doesn't indeed. And I promise.
I've got a new section. We're coming up with quote of the week. Every week we've got a quote. And I've got a quote, fishing related as well.
Oh, go on then.
So, give a guy a fish, give a man a fish, and he'll eat for a day. Teach a guy how to fish, and he'll eat forever.
Amazing. Excellent. Well, thank you for that lovely, wonderful quote, and I think we'll leave that there. Thank you so much for watching. We really do appreciate it, and we will see you next Friday in the next episode.
Bye.